Everybody look on the screen. Hey, Jaylin, baby, they got your number. You in jail. Said, hey, baby, they got your number. Hey, Jaylin, baby, they got your number. Charged for murder. Said, hey, I'm glad they got this fool today. Wow, we're not even safe, black women, with our own family members. Not even safe. So they were smoking weed. Allegedly, that's his statement. He and Brian Foster, she stopped breathing. Why didn't the fool call 911 or do CPR? At least call 911. But he panicked. You panic and dispose of your cousin's body? Dusties are dumb. And I can't say that I really believe that. We don't know if something else happened. He could have probably made a move on the girl. That to this day doesn't make sense. But thinking about myself, why not call 911? Why not do that? Over smoking some marijuana. Maybe she could have survived. Again, that's what he says happened. We really don't know. We just know of his account and that she's dead. Body never recovered. So he has now been charged with murder, denied bond. And don't forget, this is his cousin. It's like black women. I did the video before. Like I said, we have so many enemies. Not just in the greater society, we have so many enemies in the community, even in your family. This here, in my opinion, he qualifies as one of those $50 billion liability barn boys. Did you hear the report where the news station said, the prosecutor said the officers digged through a landfill? Because it is on the screen. They dig through a landfill. You know that you could have needles in there, as if the needles can't go through a glove, stick you. I thought some digging through a landfill. I'm sure they had on a hazmat suit with a breathing apparatus, but still, you dig through a landfill. What if a junkie had a needle in there, and you touch it? You think it won't go through gloves? Digging through a landfill because of this on the screen, his actions. Then, this is how stupid they are. I tell you, Dusties are dumb. He inquired of the Michigan Department of Corrections about being transferred to Las Vegas. What's in Las Vegas? Let me guess. I thought about it. He probably wanted out of that Michigan Department of Corrections because, of course, it's on the news. So when he goes in, everybody knows, oh, yeah, your own cousin is gone because of you. So you may want to try to go with somebody that doesn't know you. And then the other part I found disturbing, he has a wife and 2 kids. A wife and 2 kids, and they live with family. So I'm like, I wonder if they live with someone in the family, or I guess he's saying that they have like a family home. But I thought about it. So typical of the $50 billion born boys. His attorney, the defense attorney, said he doesn't have the means to go anywhere. So you really can't even afford to have a family, can you? He doesn't have the means to go anywhere, and he just started a job last month. So that tells me the mama, his wife, probably holding it down. Oh, but she got a man holding it down. And he has 2 children. I hope they're not daughters. Well, either way you're doing, because that's his DNA. And if it's a son, then I hate to say, wouldn't expect too much positivity unless a divine spirit intervenes. A wife and 2 kids just started a job last month. Ooh, whoop, he found a job. Doesn't have the means to go anywhere. So how are you supporting your family? How? How are you supporting your family? Is it the wife and zaddy paying? And I think these men have reputation of being lazy and dysfunctional. That's why when one has a job, they want everybody to know. He found a job. He got a job. Want everyone to know. So who's been holding it down? I'm assuming your wife, family, or your wife and zaddy, or your wife and the taxpayers. And why would you want to go to Nevada with your family being in Michigan when you want your wife and children to visit you there, to see you? So this here, facing murder charges, no bond, thank goodness. Thank goodness. And I hope this brings some closure to the mother, because that was so hard for her. Remember, she even had family members. These Negroes knew that she was not alive. And remember, there were reports of the family members was taunting her until somebody came and told her. The family members taunting her. So welcome to the BC. Child tragedy awaits thee. So Zion Foster, teenager young woman, could have had her whole life ahead of her. We haven't heard about her being a problem in school or anything like that. She's gone, but he's here. Welcome to the BC, where tragedy sometimes it seems like a tragedy is guaranteed to somebody by somebody in this community. I hope he is found guilty, and if so, he's taken a life. He shouldn't be let out. I don't want to hear about giving him a chance to be a father. And black folks kill me with that nonsense that they want to always give somebody a chance after a fool has proven to be a menace, a danger. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. I'm so sick of these mammoths. That's why when this economy is really, man, things are happening so fast. And I'm going to do a different video on that information that I'm seeing. But this right here, things are changing rapidly and not in a good way. You really have to guard yourselves, black women, yourself, your children, your home, your peace of mind, your health, your womb, your wallet. We got to be, I mean, we have to practically live with our heads on a swivel, looking all around. So this here, I'm sure out of all this, some mammy may be putting some money on his books. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But finally, all this just smoking some weed. And then I thought to myself, what kind of woman would stay married to him? This Negro has no sense of leadership. Why didn't you just call 911? Why didn't he just call 911? So she's a pretty girl. Let's try to find a picture. She's a pretty girl, young girl, cute. Why didn't he just call 911 when she stopped breathing? So again, I don't believe a Dusty, what they say, not at all. Young, innocent. I do not believe a Dusty at all. That's his take on the matter. His take on it. Again, how do we know he didn't try to make the moves on her? Flyers out in the community and think she is dead due to a Dusty in the family. Wow. And just lying. They said he just lying, just lying. Dusty's being drama, heartache, and trauma. The financial implications is too many dust bucket bomb boards in the nation. Ladies, I don't care if it is family. Don't let your kids go off with these dust buckets. I don't give a, oh, that's so and so cousin. That's it don't mean jack. Do not let your daughters go off with these dusties. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You can't even trust family. Cannot even trust family. Again, it would have been so simple if what he says is true to just simply call 911. That's all. But he didn't. He thought about himself. I think he thought about himself. Save me. And then look how she to take her body and move it to a landfill. So this fool must have picked the girl up, put in a car to trunk, and drove to a landfill. That's what he thinks of her. Most black women I see are in denial. That's why I see a lot of things happening. Sometimes people tell me things I just oh in denial about these dusties. Don't want to face the reality that is right before their eyes. And in doing so, it's not wise. You may meet your demise. I'm telling you, a lot of black women really, you look at things and you're like, huh. I'm to the point now when people say things, I've learned to listen more. And I'm like, that's interesting. Well, I hope it works out because I can already see it's like I told one lady, she wanted my take on the situation with her man. And we were cool, good friends. And she's like, I'm like, you know what I'm going to say? I'm like, and you already know deep inside what the deal is. So what I did, I told her, I said, I tell you what, let's do a role reversal. So let's pretend I'm you and you're me. And that I'm telling you just what you told me. What would you say? Crickets. Let's pretend I am you, you're me, and I'm telling you what you just told me. What would you think? What would you say? And she said nothing. There's the answer. There lies the answer. And I'm telling you, it is what it is, and it doesn't make me feel good to say this, but I'm going to say it, as you probably figured out. When you are with men that are at the bottom, as a collective conquer can build the community up, everybody knows it. When you're with someone who has nothing and nothing to lose, and you cannot have not just about resources and finances, your self-esteem, your dignity. Even that, you can have only $3 in your pocket, but you have your self-esteem, your dignity, how you care about yourself, how you present yourself to others and to the world. When you have a person who is at the bottom and they're going to stay there, they have nothing, they're about nothing, they have nothing to lose. Why I think some people act up anywhere? Mad, angry. They're not even trying to hold on to their dignity. So when you associate yourself with people like that, you're going to have losses. Oh, you're going to have losses. Knowledge is power. I saw something. This man, real quick. I saw the show Billions, and I said, "Wow, look at that!" One part they had that little the attorney. Oh my God, that little guy with the bald head. I forget his name. Is it Giamatti that plays the character? And his dad lost all that money in that stock trade. His whole $7 million, and that was in a trust. Lost it all. But then I was like, man, all of it. Then later he divorced Wendy. And then he got like a crazy amount, maybe like, well, I don't know, $15-30 million, okay, through divorce settlement. And I said, wow, that really is true. If you hang around money, you can even lose money. You hang around money, keep hanging around, it's going to rub off on you. I believe that with all my heart. Hang around folks with some money, some money gonna come your way. Why? That's what they're about. They have resources, and a lot of them may share knowledge with you if they like you. And then I thought about my circumstance, and then boom, something else comes along. I had no idea. I talked with a person who's a friend of mine because I don't have millions and millions of dollars. You waiting on me to come up with 1 million, honey? It's gonna be a minute. Guess what? We can go ahead and scratch that because it's not gonna happen. But I can't say that. Maybe in the future. But something happened, and I said to I said, well, Mike can kind of recoup financially, and so I talked to my friend who's a VC, and I'm like, hey, so this happened. I said, and legally, the attorney says this. And my friend is like, oh, I have some expertise in that field. I'm like, so what do you think? I'm like, I said, wow, he was seeing a little, I said, wow, he's like really like, so like, oh yeah, this is it. And I'm like, I'm hearing this. I'm not a lawyer. And my friend goes, oh, well, yeah, he's like, you just handed him a lawyer's dream. And I said, that's what they're saying. So I'm like, I'm not really familiar. What do you think? He goes, oh, you just handed them a lawyer's dream. And I had no idea. So I'm like, so what he's saying, do you think it's true? He goes, yeah, easily. He said, I already thought about it, but other people around, I didn't want to say anything. I was like, oh my God! Ah! You know what I mean? Seriously. So I was like, wow. That's what I mean when I say you hang around people that have money, believe it or not, it's going to come off your way because that's what they're about. And they'll be able to help you and advise you. Flip it. Hang around people who have nothing to lose. They are angry. They will hurt you. They will devour you. It's sad. Hang around a person with nothing to lose. A lot of drama and woe, nothing positive. Keep hanging around. That bad karma that they're experiencing or things that they do, it could even have an effect on you. So that's why I say, long story short, that's the whole idea. I thought about that on Billions, and I thought about myself, and I was like, I said, you really believe that? I said, that's what he said. And I was like, wow, he really was quick to kind of get this going. He's like, oh yeah. I thought, okay, so looks like I will have my retirement funded. Way to go. Oh gosh, you know what I mean? So the same thing. People are who they are. If they are negative influence, especially with a man that can't support a family, I would keep him the hell away from me. But if you're around those kind of people, guess what? I think that bad energy is going to rub off on you. Oh, I think so. Keep them at bay. Even if it's family, keep them at bay. So I don't know if they didn't see, in my opinion, degeneracy, and they may think, oh, it's just because of his family, he's harmless. Well, guess what? Now we know he's harmless. You're so negative. Now we know. Now we know. So I am looking forward to finding out. I hope that justice prevails and he remains in jail. I really do. That's my opinion. So let me know what you all think. Again, ladies, please guard your life. Discard your very life, your children. Let people say you're strange. Guard your life for your children because it's like we're at war within our own community. Simply Said on YouTube. Feel free to comment, like, dislike, subscribe, and share. I look forward to your comments, and I'm out.